I think he was murdered. And the fact that he was murdered.
Not forgotten. Live on, brother.
When are we gonna do something?
These are the 10 most emotional moments in NBA history. And at number 10, the NBA was just about to welcome its next big stars when they shocked the world.
Before we continue tonight, I want to take a moment to recognize Baylor center Isaiah Austin. You may have heard about Isaiah. He is one of the nation's best collegiate players and was expected to be picked tonight before the discovery just a few days ago that he had a genetic disorder called Marfan syndrome and is no longer able to play competitive basketball. And we wanted to make sure he fulfilled at least this part of his dream. So it gives me great pleasure to say that with the next pick in the 2014 NBA Draft, the NBA selects Isaiah Austin from Baylor University.
He just whispered in my ear that, I'll be a part of the NBA family forever. My whole life I'd worked so hard for this moment.
Man, the commissioner's a real one for that. But at number 9, a player had an entire stadium fearing for his life.
This is the guy that's probably hit the biggest shot in Cavs history. They're going up. Oh my goodness. Hayward came down so hard. Okay, Hayward broke his leg. Hayward has broken his leg. Hayward has broken his leg. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
This was an injury so scary, they don't even allow it on YouTube. So Gordon's moment had the entire NBA supporting him. And during the Celtics' very next game, he let everybody know that he'd be okay.
I had a couple things that I was going to say tonight, but I know there's somebody that really wants to let you guys know something, and I'm pretty sure you guys would love to hear from him. So here we go.
What's up, everybody? Just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's had me in your thoughts and prayers. I'm going to be all right. Hurting me that I can't be there for the home opener, but I'll be supporting you guys from here and wishing you the best of luck. Kill it tonight. Thanks, guys.
Man, you gotta respect Gordon for even wanting to step back on a court. But at number 8, sometimes emotional moments can get you turned into one of the biggest memes in social media history. Who else but Kevin Durant? I'm sure we've all seen pictures of him like these. And they came during the 2013 season, when KD was on a mission to become the best player in the NBA. And after dominating the entire league, he was crowned MVP. Until he got the award and decided he wasn't even the one who deserved it.
I don't know about you guys, but I tend to look back to what brought me here. You wake me up in the middle of the night in the summer times, making me run up a hill, making me do push-ups, screaming at me from the sideline of my games at 8 or 9 years old. You made us believe. You kept us off the street, put clothes on our backs, food on the table. When you didn't eat, you made sure we ate. You went to sleep hungry. You sacrificed for us. You the real MVP.
I'm not crying. You are. Things could have been much worse though. Like at number 7, where a player's emotional moment got him fined tens of thousands of dollars. It's all cause NBA referees have been acting crazy, ejecting players for no reason, throwing down dunks. Even this ref who looks like Gucci Mane is riding four-wheelers in the middle of games. So when Fred VanVleet told the refs they weren't doing their jobs correctly, they hit him with a tech and lost his team the game. So Fred snapped.
Ben Taylor was f***ing terrible tonight. A couple of out of the 3, there's 1 or 2 that just f***ed the game up. And it's been like that a couple games in a row. You come out tonight, you're competing pretty hard. The third quarter, I get a bullshit tech, changes the whole dynamic of the game, changes the whole flow of the game. Just kind of f***s the game up. Nobody's coming to see that shit.
Damn, Fred was pissed. But the NBA didn't care how emotional he got. They fined him $30,000 just for speaking out against the refs. But just getting fined some money isn't nearly as emotional as number 6. Cause James Harden did something crazy for his biggest fan. Harden may look intimidating, but he cares more about his fans than pretty much any other NBA player. so he spends a lot of time either giving back or praising them.
These fans is probably the best fans in the NBA. You know, a lot of fan bases say that, but like ride or die, like probably the best fans in the NBA.
So when Harden heard that his biggest fan was suffering from a life-threatening tragedy, he had to get involved.
Last week, a gunman killed 3 people and injured 5 more at Michigan State University, and one of the surviving students is 20-year-old John Howe, and he is a huge fan of James Harden. And according to a GoFundMe page, Howe's injuries, they've left him paralyzed from the chest down. So after reading about his story, James Harden stepped in. He sent sneakers, including one pair that was Gain Warm, to the hospital for Howe. He contributed to his GoFundMe, set up to alleviate some of the medical bills, and he spent time encouraging the young man.
Everything is working so much. You're strong. You all right? Hope you're all right. I promise you are. All right? Yeah, for sure. I love when you're smiling too. I love when you smile. All right? I'm with you. I got some gifts for you too. I got some things coming your way. Hope you need some encouragement. You know what I mean? All right. Wish you let me know if you need anything else. Okay. Thanks. Gotcha.
Harden told me that he wanted to brighten John's day, even if it was just for 1 minute. And he knows that John's life, it's never going to be the same. And Harden, he said he gave John his phone number, made sure to let him know that they will FaceTime again soon. And hopefully, Harden told me, John will be able to come to one of his future games. So we are thinking of you, John. James Harden, that is an incredible gesture.
Man, for Harden to be so famous and still care about that one person speaks a lot more about who he is than anything he does on the court. But at number 5, getting emotional on the court ruined Russell Westbrook's entire family's lives. Westbrook's trade to the Lakers was supposed to be special until he hit the court and forgot how to shoot a basketball.
Wants to use the window and hit the top of the glass.
Misses like those had everybody clowning Westbrook.
Westbrook, I'm a biggest fan. Westbrook. What you call me? Westbrook. What? Russell Westbrook. He's your biggest fan. Look. No, don't disrespect my name.
Russell Westbrook. You know it, and I know it.
What I'm disappointed with Westbrook is, where's that Westbrook go coast to coast dunking on people?
So Westbrook became Westbrook. The problem was, his entire family shared the last name, so the jokes were even hurting them. And that made Westbrook reach his breaking point.
I haven't done anything to anybody. I haven't hurt anyone. I haven't done anything but play basketball. Once it starts to affect my family, my wife, even today, my mom said something about it today, and it affects them even going to games. Like, I don't even want to bring my kids to the game because I don't want them to hear people calling their dad nicknames and out of their names for no reason. It really kind of hit me the other day. Honestly, I was, me and my wife was at a teacher-parent conference for my son, and the teacher told me, she's like, Noah, he's so proud of his last name. He writes it everywhere. He writes it on everything. He tells everybody, he walks around and says, I'm Westbrook, that's his last name. And I kind of sat there in shock, and it hit me like, damn, I can no longer allow people, for example, Westbrook to me is now shaming, like it's shaming my name, it's my legacy for my kids.
Now Westbrook felt like he did the right thing by standing up for his family, but all that really did was make things even worse.
I tell you what it hadn't done. It hadn't bothered him enough to play better. What about that, Chris? Has that thought ever crossed his mind?
He can't shoot.
Oh.
He can't shoot. It ain't gonna make him shoot better.
And it didn't just happen on TV. Social media was filled with Westbrook posts. People literally dropped Westbrook merch. Someone even sent him an entire diss track to his DMs.
Okay, let's talk about these shots and why you taking them. All these bricks, man, you could fucking build a stage with them. What's up with your shot, man? They all backboard, so bold, yeah, can't switch no net. You selling for a check?
Damn, you gotta feel bad for Westbrook. All that just to get traded across the street. At least it didn't go as far as number 4, where a player's emotional moment got him clowned by the biggest comedian in the world. If there's one thing to know about Kawhi Leonard, it's that he's the least emotional athlete of all time. I mean, most people think he's a robot. The man doesn't know how to fist bump. He can't give a speech without sounding awkward.
Hey.
Kawhi doesn't even know when his teammates are just joking around.
Look at the look he's giving.
So the one time he thought something was funny, it turned to one of the most viral moments in NBA history.
how would you describe yourself, and what would you like people to know about you?
I'm a fun guy. Obviously, I love the game of basketball. I mean, there's just more questions you have to ask in order for me to tell you about myself. I just can't give you a whole spiel. I don't even know where you're sitting at.
Kevin, what is that? What just happened?
If someone is sitting in the front of one of your shows and laughs like that, what would you
I'm gonna punch him in the face. Punch him.
Now, I don't know what's funnier, Kawhi's laugh? Or the fact that Kevin Hart's 5'2" and thinks anybody's scared of him punching him in the face. Either way, him clowning Kawhi made over 16 million people laugh. But in number 3, nobody's laughing at the most emotional what if in NBA history.
That shit made me who I am, man.
Derrick Rose thought he had a bright future ahead of him, and everything started hopeful when he came into the NBA as a #1 draft pick and instantly turned into a superstar.
Allow me to introduce you to Derrick Rose. This guy is off the show. Not the only point guard in the league who can make that play.
Rose became the greatest Chicago Bull since Michael Jordan, because he was dominating the best players in the NBA and eventually made history by becoming the youngest MVP ever.
2010-11 MVP trophy.
Rose was on top of the world until as quickly as things went up, his downfall began during a blowout win when he wasn't even supposed to be playing.
Look, we're looking to sweep you guys. You wanted us. You were crying out that you bypassed the harder team in Miami Heat.
Rose came down bad on his left foot. See him holding onto his knee and down. He was flying and he came down wrong on the left foot. Now, whether it was an ankle or a knee, I do not know. There's Coach Collins out there and all his teammates running, and this, with the injury, we just talked about the 26 games he has missed with an assortment of injuries, and now holding a knee late in a game that is already decided for all intents and purposes.
Rose landed wrong and suffered one of the scariest injuries in basketball, a torn ACL. Rose was immediately forced into rehab, where he hoped he'd eventually return to the court like nothing ever happened. Until that day came, and he couldn't escape more devastating injuries or people doubting him.
Derrick Rose, as far as I'm concerned, is finished. And I don't mean finished. I don't mean finished as an NBA player.
Yeah.
I don't mean finished as a great NBA player. I mean finished as the Derrick Rose we've all known.
All of this negative attention even made Rose start doubting himself. Stories leaked about fans running into him and saying, "You're the man," and he'd respond with, "Nah, I used to be." Rose didn't know where his career was headed, but a part of him still wanted to succeed. Then while he was giving an emotional interview, it's like he could sense something bad was gonna happen.
I'm so nervous right now. I don't know why.
Why you want to talk to you?
Yeah, because he's in New York right now.
Yeah, you just got that last night.
I hope nothing didn't happen.
All right, Rose interview, take 4, marker.
A big separation.
Here it is.
What's up, B? You lying. You serious? Yeah. Just in all. All right. It's funny how everything plays out.
shy. It's shy, man. That shit made me who I am, man.
Now, Rose wasn't only emotional because of the trade. Chicago's where he was born and raised, so it was like his own hometown gave up on it. And being sent to a team at the bottom of the league wasn't even close to the end of his misery. More trades, more injuries, even more teams giving up on him. It eventually led him to the Minnesota Timberwolves, where he knew he only had one chance left to prove he still belonged in the league. And that's when he had the most emotional night of his entire life.
Finally gives it up. Derrick Rose straight away looking at triple, can't it?
He's gotten so much better.
Rose, tough shot. Rose attacks, challenges Gobert, and Gobert couldn't get there in time. Weak night. Rose playing really well for the Timberwolves. Love the anchor man as well. Derrick Rose got a chance to threaten that here tonight. Rose, who had 19 in the third quarter, has his first points of the fourth quarter. Rose. Derrick Rose has 41. Rose out of the corner, and it's a new career high for Derrick Rose.
That's crazy.
The stop, the go, the finish. 46 for Rose. Side, puts up a tough shot and hits it anyway. 50. A half a century for Derrick Rose here tonight. Exum has it blocked in the corner by who else? Derrick, 2011 MVP, Rose.
Everybody just streams out on the floor to greet him, show him the respect. And they all know what this means to him. They know what he's lost and now what he's trying to find. What a great moment for Derrick Rose.
Nick, how impressive was D. Rose last night?
This was shocking.
That night was meant to be. It was meant to happen.
Even when a superhero is knocked down, he's still a superhero at the end of the day. And Derrick Rose showed why he's still a superhero.
For Rose to have the best game of his career after everything he'd been through was bigger than basketball. It gave the entire world hope. But just overcoming injuries is one thing. At number 2, Michael Jordan had an emotional moment because the closest person in his life was murdered.
2 18-year-olds accused of murdering the father of basketball star Michael Jordan appeared in court.
The murder of MJ's father was unexpected, and something not even the greatest basketball player ever knew how to deal with. But for MJ to just sit there and be sad wasn't an option.
I mean, I know he had to pass, but I think he was murdered. And the fact that he was murdered is a searing kind of pain. I mean, have you dealt with that? Have you accepted the fact he was murdered?
No, because I'm a very optimistic person to a sense that I don't look at the real bad part of it. I look at no matter what happened to my father, he's not here.
Yeah.
So he's passed to me. I want to look at it in a good sense.
In fact, he decided to use his father's murder as motivation. MJ's Bulls were up 3-2 in the NBA Finals with a chance to win a championship. And Game 6 landed on none other than Father's Day. So there was no way Jordan could let his dad down.
In Seattle, Michael Jordan. Oh, he knew on the release. He began. But Scottie Pippen right here in the middle of the floor. Nobody coming up to stop him. Michael Jordan running this lane. And here is Jordan kicking it out. Pippen. We are just on the way. And won the 95-96 NBA championship. They can finally come of age. They have reached the level with this crowd, and they played a major part in this victory tonight.
I can't even put it in words. My Father's Day, what it means to me. I know he's watching. To my wife, to my kids, to my mother, my brothers and sisters. This is for Daddy.
Damn, now that's why MJ's the GOAT. But at number 1, the most emotional moment in NBA history brought the entire world together. It all started when LeBron was about to pass up Kobe on the NBA's all-time scoring list.
There's James, goes across the lane, lays it up, and lays it in. And there it is. He just became the third leading scorer in NBA history, passing Kobe Bryant.
And after that history was made, Kobe tweeted a congratulations. But if only the world knew, those were the last words Kobe would ever send out.
Good afternoon from New York. We're coming on the air with breaking news, very sad news to tell the sports world. The LA Times is reporting that retired Los Angeles Lakers basketball star Kobe Bryant has been killed in a helicopter crash.
This was the last thing that anybody expected, so it had the entire world shook. I mean, nobody could even talk about this situation without tearing up.
I'm devastated.
Just devastating. Obviously, I found out a few minutes after the reports came out, and
you know, I don't know. When Kobe Bryant died, a piece of me died.
After that, players everywhere all started their next games with 8-second violations as a tribute to Kobe's jersey number. Then the Lakers had a Kobe night, where every player wore his jersey number and even got introduced as Kobe before LeBron gave a heartfelt speech.
So in the words of Kobe Bryant, Mamba out, but in the words of us, not forgotten. Live on, brother.
And LeBron was right. Kobe won't be forgotten anytime soon. His legendary career got both of his jerseys hung up in the Staples Center. The NBA even completely changed the All-Star game to be all about Kobe, including naming the MVP award after him.
The Kobe Bryant All-Star MVP trophy.
Kobe brought together an entire city. Scratch that, the entire world. So there will never be another player or another human being like Kobe.